What's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to episode 163 of my weekly Q&A show, Tyler the People's Questions. Before I begin, like every Friday, I'd like to thank all of you guys for making this episode an exceptionally special with your awesome set of questions from all different varieties, including video games and movies and etc. And jumping right into them, for the first question coming from a regular of mine going by the name of TococoMan91, and you want to know, have I ever considered doing achievement/trophy guides or walkthroughs for games? No. I don't mind doing, maybe Let's Plays. I've tried that before. No one was really all that interested into them. I think the problem with doing, achievement/trophy guides is that you really have to be really dedicated, to make sure you do a video for each individual section to get each trophy. And I just don't feel like making a whole new profile and then trying to remember exactly how I did that trophy to begin with. Some of them were really hard, and there's no easy way to do them. And there's plenty of channels that already do that a lot better than I could, so I'll leave that type of video to them, and I'll just focus on my own thing, so no. Next question is Oscar Navarro. You want to know, did I tear up at the end of Furious 7? No, I did not. It was a nice send-off to Paul Walker, but I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he was that great of an actor. I think he was sub-average at best. I mean, don't get me wrong, he will be remembered for the Fast movies, but outside of that, I can't name of any other movies, any good movies he was in outside of that. I mean, we're not talking about, you know, Heath Ledger Joker's performance here, people. I mean, he didn't win an Oscar. So, you know, when he passed away, I was not really a fan of his in general, so his death did not really affect me at all, so watching the film did not affect me at all in general. I'm real curious to see what they're going to do with Fast 8 now that we no longer have his character around, which has pretty much been the heart of the crew of the Fast movies. So, yeah, I'm actually more curious about how they're going to do the Fast movies now than I was if he was still around. But, you know, I'm sure he was a nice guy, but I was just not really a big fan of his. The next 4 questions come from JDS4696, and you want to know, why don't I do trailer reactions for films or video games? That's because no one really has asked me to do one. It's been a while since I've actually done a trailer reaction. I've done trailer reviews, but at this point, I can't really think of any movies or games with new trailers that I could do reactions for, because the second they're uploaded, I watch them anyway. And so it kind of ruins the whole purpose of a reaction video because I've already seen it. So yeah, if you really want me to do a reaction, then, you know, the second a new trailer is released, you better message me really fast and tell me, you know, Brian, don't watch it first. We want you to do a reaction video, and then if enough people want me to do one, then I'll do one. Next question is, do I think Leatherface will be in a future Mortal Kombat game? It's certainly possible. I mean, if they can add characters like the Predator and Jason Voorhees in Mortal Kombat 10, they can add Freddy Krueger and Mortal Kombat 9, then it's generally possible that they could add Leatherface. I'm a little curious how they're going to handle him, though, because, you know, his only weapon is a chainsaw, so all of his attacks have to be chainsaw related, and I think that's very limited. But, you know, heck, if you have an imagination, anything's possible, I guess. Next question is, will I enjoy the animated DC film Batman vs. Robin? I've actually already seen Batman vs. Robin. I thought it was okay. I mean, if you guys want me to do a review for it, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to get that up as soon as I can. But yeah, I've already seen it. I liked it. I don't think it's one of the better Batman animated movies, but it's definitely not the worst in my opinion. Next question is, with everything from films, video games, and movie streaming, do I believe the era of discs is coming to an end? I really hope not. I mean, I'm an old school gamer. I actually like having a physical copy of a game in my hand. I don't like digital, because to me, digital, it's just data. It's not something I can touch. And the thing about data is, data can be easily corrupted, and once it's corrupted, then it's almost impossible to get back. And I just don't like that feeling. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have plenty of digital devices myself, but when it comes to my games and movies, I certainly do like a physical copy to hold in my hand. The next question comes from Canadian Fury, and you pretty much had a simple question. You want to know, coffee or tea? Coffee, obviously. The next question comes from another regular of mine going by the name of Giovanni Prasido. Hope I said that right. And you want to know, was I able to watch WrestleMania 31? I didn't watch WrestleMania 31. I'm done with wrestling. I have been for some time. I know what happened at WrestleMania 31, but I'm not interested in it anymore. The next question comes from actually a newbie first for the people's questions, and I'm real sorry if I butcher your name. I'm going to try my best. But your name is also Hayos. You know, screw it. I'll just put your name right here. Sorry. You want to know, do I have any pets? And if not, what kind of pet would I want? I've had pets before, but at this point I don't. And when I'm telling you guys right now, the second I get my own place, which hopefully will be very, very soon, the first thing I'm getting is a dog. Because if I don't have a dog to talk to, then I'm literally going to go absolutely insane. The next question comes from Philip the Darkness, and you want to know, do I think that Batman vs. Superman is going to be one of the greatest films ever? No. I don't think it's going to be the greatest film ever. Personally, I think it's actually going to suck, from what I've heard. If not suck, at least be a functionable film. I don't really like the direction that they're going with the DC films. If anything, they're trying to do more like Marvel. So in a way, Marvel is controlling the direction of the DC universe, and they're trying to sugarcoat it to make it look like, no, our films are going to be edgier. They're going to be different. No, they're not. They're going to be exactly the same, just with different characters, and I'm not happy about that at all. The next 4 questions come from Mr. Firefly 246, and you want to know, what are my opinions on Bloodborne? It's an okay game. I haven't finished it, and I'm not sure I ever will at this point, but I know a lot of people are enjoying it, so yeah. The next question is, what is my opinion on the Order 1886? Well, if you saw my review for it, then you should already know what my opinions and thoughts on the game are. It's a very beautiful game. It's just too short. The story doesn't make sense. The gameplay is pretty standard, and it's a lot of lost opportunity, and in a whole, it's a pretty disappointing game. Not a bad game, mind you, but just disappointing. Your next question is, what are my opinions on Ubisoft? Well, I think they need to take a break with their Assassin's Creed games, or if not, take their time with their Assassin's Creed games and don't send out year after year after year of Assassin's Creed games which are broken and obviously non-finished, because they are quickly turning into basically another version of the Call of Duty series, and I don't like that. Next question is, do I think games are getting easier by the year? That's a simple... Well, it's not that they're getting easier, it's that this generation and probably the last couple of generations of video games, some of them have been designed to be beaten because they're story driven. This isn't how it was back in the 8-bit or 16-bit era, as in you actually had to get better at the game in order to progress in it. Nowadays, if a game has a story, then it needs to be simple enough to be beaten. So no, I don't think it's... It just depends on where you're looking at your games, because there are definitely some indie games which definitely reckon back to the old school style of gameplay format, and those games are really hard to beat because those games you actually have to get better. So as a whole, I don't think games are getting easier to beat, but I do think some of the AAA class games are getting easier to beat. But if you're looking for tough games, look at indie games. And the last question comes from a PSN friend of mine, which I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but I think it's Yusen Somo. Hope I got your name right here. And you want to know, finally, what are my thoughts on the Deadpool movie? Well, apparently it looks like we are getting the Deadpool movie that everyone wants. We are getting the man that we want to star in it as Deadpool. We are getting the look that we want for Deadpool. The only question is, you know, will it live up to our expectations? This is, in my opinion, the perfect fan-requested Deadpool movie that all of us have want, and heck, if they manage to pull it off, then I think we're going to have a pretty damn entertaining time at the movies when this is officially released in theaters next year. And with that, those are all the questions that you guys sent for this particular episode. Remember, like always, if you guys have any questions you would like me to answer next week in episode 164, make sure you type them in the comments down below before Wednesday, before I start filming this. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to check me my future episodes of the People's Questions every Friday. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.